Welcome back for another CFB breakdown video presented by Travanci, hosted by the 480. This one is a little less CFB, more on the ASU spectrum. Today we're going to be talking about Sunday players to be on the Sun Devil squad. We're talking about guys that I am fully confident can translate into pro ball. We got a few guys on offense and we got a few guys on defense, but given the flowers early in the season because ASU is going to be hosting a few scouts on Friday. Everyone wants to be here. It's just the beauty of having pressure, having high expectations, having a red target or bullseye on your back because you walk the walk and talk the talk. Okay? So we're going to be talking about some players that I fully believe will look good in an NFL jersey one day, and we will happily get to see this journey as it plays out the rest of the season, and more importantly, in the postseason when these guys are draft eligible. All right? We're not going to go on the easy ones first. I actually want to talk some of the smaller guys who you wouldn't expect. One guy that I fully am bought in to becoming a Sunday player one day. On the offensive line, give me Kyle Scott. I think Kyle Scott single-handedly is the most multi-dimensional offensive lineman on our line, right? I think there are certain skill sets or qualities about our offensive linemen where some of them are better and some of them are worse in certain criterias, right? But if you're talking overall balance, if you're talking overall quality lineman who undoubtedly looks professional, give me Kyle Scott. He's one of the rare offensive linemen in the country that isn't leverage dependent. Kyle Scott doesn't need, a setup game plan or setup leverages to help or give him the advantage on his matchups. Kyle Scott is the definition of a dog in the trenches. He gets muddy every single game I'm watching him. He is the single reason onto why the right side of our line has been so successful for running the ball. And my whole thing is this guy knows how to get to the second level. And he comes with aggressiveness. Max Iancore and Josh Atkins are very good pass pros. These guys can go up against the stoutest stout edge defenders in the 12, and they can stand them up. But if we're talking running the ball and we're talking second level progression, just having that identity and executing it, especially when it's off script, give me Kyle Scott. Like, I love Ben Coleman's involvement and him stepping up to become our center. And I love Jim Meadows' addition. He has been amazing out of Texas Tech. But Kyle Scott is undoubtedly a fourth, third round guard picked in the NFL draft who goes up and ends up becoming a starter for their NFL team. Give me Kyle Scott to become a Sunday player. Next, Kamal Mater. Kamal Mater, take him deep 7. This guy will translate in the right system. I think, we've been getting him involved. The game plan has given him his flowers, right? It's shown him his exposure in the passing and showing that he's a receiving threat. And now I think the beauty in his tape is a scout or a front office finding value in his talents. Projecting his talents, right? Projecting the capabilities of what Mater can do on Sunday. I like Mater on Sunday. I think he can work in pretty much any offense. He's proven that he can work on a running game-oriented offense, and he's proven he can run in a finesse-oriented offense. So the beauty in it is Kamal Mater is just the one of many talented players on ASU, but give me him to become drafted one day and to become a Sunday player. So high on Kamal Mater. Now, since we always give love to the running backs of Dillingham, I really like Raleek Brown. Raleek Brown looks like the ultimate Darren Sproles specialist that deservingly on the right team can flourish. Okay? You put him on a different team where, they're more bell cow or they're more unstable in the quarterback area, and you probably are getting the wrong situation for him. But the identity of getting him into a Chiefs type of offense literally would work wonders for this guy. And he would prove to the entire league that this running back or any running back can come in any shape or size. It is all about the commitment to their perspective identity. Raleek Brown plays hard. He is a definitive bell cow, but the point is, you don't put him in that situation to flourish. You put him in a situation where he's a secondary back or a running back by committee, and that's how he flourishes. So, yes, he's different than the classic Dillingham running backs in Bucky Irving, Kenny Dillingham. Those guys are talented in themselves. But the point is, Leak will translate into Sunday because he's just doing it week in and week out. He's executing week in and week out, and he's becoming more confident in himself week in and week out. I love Raleek to become a sneaky 5th through 7th round running back. Now we'll talk to the main real estate, the big X factor stars for the offense, Jordan Tyson, Sam Levitt. These guys are first round bona fide. They put consistent film out. When going up against adversity, they're able to respond and execute. These guys are the definition of playing professional ball. My whole thing is a lot of these situations is very dependent on their prospective team that drafts them. Sam Levitt will not carry a poverty franchise out of the mud. Jordan Tyson will not carry an unstable quarterback and make him into a stable quarterback. Maybe he could. I'm honestly minimizing his expectations. He could probably do that. But the point I'm trying to make is these players will only go as far as the franchise that drafts them. And so it requires buy-in from the front office. It requires weaponizing around them the correct way. And I think every front office manager is going to be fully aware of that, right? Like, hey, give Sam Levitt some weapons. He'll probably flourish. Give Jordan Tyson a confident quarterback. He probably will flourish. So I think that's the beauty in translating offensive production, because really a lot of it is, a product of environment. If you are in a good quality franchise that isn't selling themselves by, not spending money the right way, not developing talent the right way, or not employing structure the right way, that's when, holes start to sink in the pirate ship. And I think these guys are difference makers, but you can only make as much difference as possible in Sunday. It is hard. Sunday is the most difficult industry, and so that's why it's so hard to translate from college football into pros. Now on defense, give me Miles Ghost Rouser. I think this guy will be a bona fide strong safety in the league. He has done wonders in terms of his coverage abilities, his run-stopping abilities. He's an ultimate communicator. He is the one-stop shop for finding a safety this year. I think any team that gets him in the 3rd or 4th round will get out of that draft with a steal. And then we're talking Keith Abney, K1. I love Keith Abney translating into the DB world of NFL because he plays very disciplined football. He gets... he's not a very penalty happy cornerback. He plays discipline, plays in form. I love his form, really. I think working against Jordan Tyson every day does wonders for your coverage abilities. And when you put the mindset on top of that type of skill set, that's when you're piecing together a great DB. And I can see Keith Abney looking like a great DB. Like he's giving that special DB who plays CB2 for a great team and is just a lockdown island cornerback. And I don't see him as a lockdown CB1. He doesn't have the size for it, but that's the beauty in the league is there's archetypes all over. It is just about the execution, the state of how disciplined you're able to play to your form. So I like K1 translating. Now, the front seven for this ASU team, it's so hard. I feel like everyone deserves their flowers. Everyone is Sunday player-esque. Justin Watley, Sunday player-esque. Elijah O'Neal, Sunday player-esque. Even Prince Storball could translate. Guys, like I want to see these guys succeed. I think this front seven is very talented. I'm only going to go over 2 guys, and that would be JR, Jacob Rich-Kangaika, and CJ Fight. I love those 2 up the middle. Our run defense has been amazing because those 2 have been responsible for permitting these running backs from getting into second level and making explosives. It's happened occasionally, but that's college football. I see a lot of push in between the tackles on pass rush. You want to see that sort of momentum and that force. And I see a lot of production just going on against double teams, right? Like these guys play disciplined stunts. They're able to play to their leverage advantageously. They're disciplined pass rushers. I can see these guys translating into Sunday. All it takes is a good D lineman coach, but really that's the beauty in ASU's professional development. We are able to develop talent because we have the professional tiered coaches able to coach into them, and we have the response on the player side as they buy in to the delivery of how they are coached. And now, last but not least, Clayton Smith on the edge. I think he translates really well because he not only has the size, but he has the Big 12 experience. Anytime you're that big of a Big 12 edge rusher, you're usually going to translate because you've gone through so much trench work in your years of experience. When health permits, you're going to be a great guy on Sunday. So other than that, we'll keep on going on some more, but Sunday players to beat is a really beautiful thing. If we end up seeing these guys in the league, it is a really reassuring thing to see as a fan. You know, it's like I just got to see Scadaboo score his first NFL touchdown. I saw his production translate. It's like, it's that reassurance you get of like, I was right. Like that guy is a dog. Like you can see it right here. And so I can't wait to see what more comes with this team, because I feel like this team overall, balance-wise, is a much more professionally intriguing team. So that's why there are so many scouts coming. But again, Sunday player to be. We got to see some production over the course of the season and some execution against some tougher opponents. This is another Big 12 breakdown. Not even. This is a CFB breakdown. More of a Sun Devil segment, but presented by Travanci, hosted by the 480. Thanks for checking out our college football content. Appreciate it.